Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's not often that we have some back-to-back unboxings, but that's what we're going to have today. But I did have some shout outs and some housekeeping that we needed to do here at the very beginning of the episode. So I did want to give a shout out to one of my favorite podcasts, the Irish Survival Podcast. Olivia does a great job with that. And she was asking that I leave the Christmas decorations up. So, Olivia, this is for you. I'm keeping the Christmas decorations up. And here's a shout out to your fantastic podcast. Keep making those episodes, and we'll keep listening to them. Also, I did want to mention Thrifty Kniffy. If you haven't gone over and looked at his channel, specifically at his video that he did on the TL29, which is this kind of a knife right here, your good old electrician's knife. This one actually has a hawk bill, and then it has the screwdriver and the little wire shaver and all that other good stuff. But if you check out his video, I'm going to say that was probably one of my favorite videos of this entire year. And my hat's off to you. You did really good on that one. I like that. Also, I wanted to give a shout out to another channel, Knife Delights. If you haven't gone over and looked at him, he's got some good content also, and he's always worth checking out. And then I got an email from Stuart Harvey, and he was telling me about, since we were talking about that Shackleton Skinner yesterday, that there was a YouTube video that described the Shackleton voyage. And so what I did is I put a link to that in the description box, and there's also a link to Knife Delights and to Thrifty Kniffy, so you guys can find them easily. Then I'll need to put in a link for Olivia too. I'll have to figure out how to do that. Anyways, I will end up getting you in the description list there, Olivia. Don't worry. But yeah, that Shackleton video was really, really good. It's about an hour long. It almost made me late for work this morning, but it was worth it to watch it. So thank you, Stuart. That was fun, and I didn't mind having to rush out the door this morning. But that's another story entirely. So let's go on with our main content here. Let's talk about old timer knives. And I'm not going to get too much into the whole history of those. As we all know, Old Timer was a line of knives that was put out by Schrade. The Old Timer line started in 1958, and the first knives hit stores in 1959. And as you can see, I've been a fan of them all my life. In fact, let's kind of just go over these real quick. I have a couple of the TL29 versions. This is the one that was our mystery knife, if you remember from earlier in the year. This was when Taylor Brands first took over the Old Timer line, and so it has the Schrade Tough on there, and it has the little symbol there saying it was Schrade made in China in 05. If you can't read that, but I think we have it on the other videos. There it is right there. This is the one that had the little locking knife that was good for wire stripping and all that other stuff. The so-called mystery blade that we found, what it really was good for was for larger transmission lines. It was great, but it was actually designed like for Romex and stuff like that. Anyways, and I had another TL29 from them because I wanted to have one that had the regular screwdriver wire stripper on it, so that I had one with that tool set, because I am collecting TL29s. That's been going slowly because I keep finding new knives all the time. Then there's the 34 OT. You know, this is one of my favorites. This is the one that Mark Kaufman did a rehab on this knife for me, and he did a patina on the blades because the blades were already very heavily stained. But this style, the 34 OT, the middleman, their middle-size Stockman, has been a pretty constant companion in my life. I had one as a teenager, and I've carried one off and on through the years. I want to get a couple more. This is the one that is in the bone. This is made in China, but it has the match strike pulls and the ringed bolsters, which I thought looked pretty nice. And the bone that you get on here, I mean, look how chunky that is. I mean, this is almost like when you put it down on the spine, it's like a boat. It's just, it's a really super thick knife. You guys saw the buzzsaw trapper, and I do like that. This is the one that comes with the saw blade. So that one is a very handy outdoorsman's tool. You know, it has your clip point. And we have the jumbo trapper that was part of that Walmart set that came with this little single-bladed, the 12 OT, which I still think this is probably one of the handiest and best little, you know, pen knives that's out there. I really love the blade shape. I love the long nail nick. That's just, I really enjoy a long nail nick like that. I think they look better sometimes than the half moon style, but on traditional blades, of course. Then we have our little lock back here, the Mountain Beaver Jr., which is a very handy little knife. I like this one. It was very nice. Then I have my little selection of the 94 OTs. Here's the one in bone. These are little trappers. So you have your standard spade blade and the clip blade. You know, but again, this is the one that's made with bone, with the ring bolsters and the match strike pulls. I also have the one in the desert ironwood, because I liked all of these and ended up kind of getting a collection. Here's the yellow Delrin, because I hadn't seen many old timers in yellow Delrin. Usually they're in this type of Delrin, the brown Delrin that they do. It simulates burnt bone. And then this was a knife that was recommended by Stuart Harvey. This is the 194 OT, so it's the gunstock trapper frame, but it's a liner lock, and it just has the one blade. And this is a very handy knife. This is really a cool little knife. I like it a lot. So that's my 94 OT collection. But then I also have this knife here. And this is the Schrade. This is the 158 OT. If you can see, this is made in the USA. It's, as far as I know, carbon steel. And this one I actually bought for a hunting trip, because I thought this would be an excellent skinning knife. And it's nice and lightweight. It's not very big. It had the gut hook on it. I think I picked this up in 1994 or so. But these are not the knives that we're here to talk about today. But I just wanted to kind of go over my old timer collection. Today, we're talking about this guy. This is the old timer in 1095 HC. This is the Sharpfinger, 3.5-inch blade length, comes with a leather sheath, full tank construction, Comes with a guarantee, the generational guarantee. And if you look, made in USA. I actually was fortunate enough to win this knife on Instagram. Old Timer was having a giveaway, and I went ahead and entered, and I was one of 4 lucky people to win this particular knife. And like I said, it's not often that we have 2 unboxings on the channel, but let's go ahead and pop this guy out of the plastic. We'll just set it down for a second. Let's see what else is in here. We have some warnings and a really nice leather sheath in here. That is nice. That's not bad at all. Passes the sniff test. It's there, William. It smells like leather. So let's see. William likes to read these warnings. So let's see what we get. If you want to pause it, you can. But yeah, it just says it's got a sharp edge, or the point, it could hurt you. Which, yeah, we already kind of know about this. Don't use it improperly. Be careful when you're taking it in and out of the sheath. Handle with care. It says here, a drop knife that contacts your body can result in injury or death. One of the things about dropping things is if you lose a hold of something that can hurt you, like a knife or a firearm or anything, usually our instinct is to grab it right away. And you don't want to do that. Just let it drop. Just let it drop. That way you don't cut yourself. You don't accidentally shoot yourself or somebody else. You know, just let them drop. You can pick them up later. Damage can be fixed. Lives are a little more important than things. But if you notice, the handle is saw cut bone. It's not Delrin. It has an Old Timer round shield. This is really a very super nice knife. 1095 carbon. And let's talk about this model, the 152 OT. Let's see, it's very shiny. Let's see here. Yeah, the 152 OT. And it says 1095 HC below it. But I was looking, the 152 OT was introduced in 1974. It was a smaller cousin to the Deer Slayer, the 15 OT, which was introduced in 1964. This guy has the smaller blade, like we saw on the packaging, 3.5 inch blade. The I'm sorry, the Deer Slayer has a 5.6 inch blade, so it's a couple inches longer. You have this really nice place to rest your thumb, and the shape is just perfect for skinning, for cutting. You can grab it up here on this choil. It's really a very good choice even for an EDC fixed blade if you want or like fixed blade is part of your carry. So yeah, this is a perfect outdoors knife. It doesn't, these don't weigh very much. They're only, I think, about 3 or 4 ounces, if I remember right from the website. I should have wrote it down. Let's take a look and see how it fits in the sheath. And it fits pretty good. I think this leather needs to be stretched just a little bit to get the snap to close, but that's just a matter of working with that. I'll put some conditioner on that to get it to go. Speaking of sheaths and skinners, I wanted to show you guys with that Forsetti knife. I didn't show you in the sheath how far it goes down, but it carries like that, and it has a lanyard hole. I don't know if I mentioned that either. But you know, that's a nice carry for when you're outdoors. It gives you enough to grab onto, and you still have you know, some of the handle sticking out there, so you can pull it out and use it. So let's look at our two skinners, since we have two skinners, which doesn't rarely happen. But you can see the shapes are similar, but not quite the same. But I think that they both would do an excellent job for whatever you're doing. This one might be better for maybe some fine detail work with coming to such an acute point. But this one has a pretty good point on it as well. I would not think I was, you know, not going to have the right tool for the job if I had to skin something. That's for sure. So here, we'll put him down here, since it's not his video. That was just an afterthought. But there you go. This is the initial thoughts and the unboxing of this new generational series that they're coming out with, the Made in the USA series. I did see Thrifty Knifty's post about the generational series 34OT, and the one he got was having some issues. I did reach out to him. He hasn't contacted me back. I was going to talk to him, see if there was anything else he needed to add to that. But hopefully their warranty will take care of it, because it appears that that would all be covered under manufacturing. But yeah, this knife here, if you're in the market for a USA made skinning knife, this is one that I would definitely consider. You can still get the other, you know, the 152 OT that is made in China. I think this knife has been pretty much in continuous production since '74. I don't think they've ever stopped, because this is one of the most popular knives that old timers ever made as far as their fixed blades. I would say, you know, this one, the 34 OT, and probably the 8 OT, which is the large Stockman. I think that's probably their most popular models that they've had. But that's just my opinion. I don't have any actual figures or anything on that. But I really like this handle. I really like the grooves, the saw cut that they did on it. It's very nice, and it looks like it's a little lighter on this side, a little darker on this side, which is kind of how bone is. It takes, you know, dye at different rates depending on the bone itself. And someone else will get one and they'll have completely light handles, and someone else will have completely dark handles. But yeah, this is really cool. So this is my unboxing and initial thoughts on this knife. I'll have to carry it around and try it, and I will let you guys know what I think about it in a future video. Go ahead and leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think of this knife, what your history is with it. I'm sure that some of you guys have had this knife, or, you know, bought it before, and what kind of use you got out of it, if you liked it, if you didn't like it. Yeah, let me know. And this is kind of cool that Old Timer is bringing back knives to be made in the USA, and especially out of the 1095 carbon steel. It's kind of what everybody was asking for, and they listened. So, you know, I'm kind of hopeful that, you know, if they are having any issues with manufacturing or something, that they'll get that squared away relatively quick. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are, and I will definitely see you in the next one. We'll talk to you later, guys.